Okay, if you got this far in the video and you're in section 2 already, check this out. We talked about your camping tent, aka canvas or army. You can go with weights. Let me get to that. There's the Relight with Montana canvas, which is lighter than actual canvas. The other thing is if you're going to be cooking like I am in the desert, you're going to be needing a cook shack. That attaches to your tent and gives you 10 to 20 extra feet, and you got your cook shack. Now, let me tell you, besides a cook shack, you're going to need your cook shack frame. Now, this is my plan for a tent. I'm getting the canvas, Montana canvas tent, which is going to be the basic cotton 15-ounce tent, I think it is. Then I'm going to get the Relight version. Then I'm going to get a cook shack on each end for extra cooking and storage. Then I'm going to get the tent porch, the porch tents, which connect to the back of them. So I have a big long tent, multiple tents connected together. Then I have all the room I need for my home. Now, remind you, I said get a cedar chest, steamer trunk, and a foot locker. Those 3 would be perfect for your own quarters. Now, the other nomadic items you're going to need: combat knife or sheath knife. Not too big hunter's knife like the SOG Seal or Seal Tech, or one of those SOG knives are good, or you can get yourself a Marine Corps K-bar knife. Those work pretty well for gutting if you get a deer or a snake. Now, mind you, there is more. Besides getting a good knife, you're going to need a good standardized pistol. 9mm is preferably, or higher. I go with the 45 caliber or 50 cal Desert Eagle. Perfect weapon. Now, if you're going after deer, you want something like a bow, long bow, short bow, or crossbow. Now, once you get your weapons together, you're going to need a rifle as a backup. And a Derringer. Derringer could be used for 45 shot shells for snakes. Popping them in the head, bye-bye snakes. Or you can use 410 shotgun shells. Now, a good weapon is the 410 Judge /45 Long Colt by Taurus. The Taurus Judge. Good weapon, good for snakes too. Now, with that all put together down the list, you got to ask yourself, next. What is next? Well, you got your survival books, you've read them through, you know what to expect. You got your gear for the desert. Once you get your land secure, check out your land for a while. Go down there and live in a regular tent. I got a 10x16 Coleman tent. Next, for cooking, you're going to need your cook stoves. I go with a Coleman 2-burner powerhouse stove, 2-burner regular stove, 3-burner powerhouse, and a 3-burner Glide series that has propane with a 5-gallon tank, so you never run out. Always keep a little shed or a secondary wall tent that's smaller with your tools. Or, as I call it, the workshop for Aaron. Aaron's going to have a workshop tent for his pipes. Now, once you get that, you need one for fuel. Throw your fuel in your wood. Dry? No problem. Use the wood stove only when it's too damn cold in the evenings. Now, I said everything for cooking. Now we're going to go with sleeping bags. Get yourself a good bag. I'm going to have a queen-size air mattress in my tent, which means a queen-size or king-size mattress and a double sleeping bag. I have to have a double sleeping bag, and it'll go to 15 below. That's all I need. Aaron can have what he wants. You can get Arctic Gear tent camping sleeping bags that the Army used for about 50 bucks used. Now, if you got all your gear up to now, you're going to need lights. I would go with 4 Coleman North Star lanterns, dual fuel. I also use the dual fuel powerhouse lanterns, 4 of those. I use 4 Coleman regular lanterns, so I carry about 16 to 20 lanterns on my area. This is what I'm planning. Now, always carry special grease with you and oil, mostly oil. Carry cast iron stoves for the desert. That works well. If it's humid, make sure you keep them well clean, and they'll give you service life for life. Now, if you need certain things that you have in your home, this is where it gets fun. Now, you're going to need, possibly, if you don't have it already, to live a nomad, you might want a pickup truck. Just a standard Ranger or S10. Nothing fancy. It's got 4-wheel drive. Now, if you have more than 4 people, I'd recommend getting yourself a canvas 2.5 to 5.5 ton Army truck. Those work well. Get them cheap, keep them maintenance. They can run on multi-fueled in fuel. Now, once you get your gear and your truck together, if you don't have a truck, you can always find the area. If you're going down there, always make sure you have your driver's license. Aaron's getting his. As a backup vehicle, get yourself a little Honda Metropolitan or Ruckus with dirt tires to travel the dirt roads of Texas. Like for me, I'm in the desert, so that works. That's perfect. It's perfect fuel efficiency. Also, if you got the finances to get yourself put together, a nice quad bike or a 6x6 bike would be nice. Polaris makes a 6x6 with a little trailer on the back. It's basically an ATV 4-wheeler with 2 wheels extra. If you don't want that, you can get a 6x6 Ranger or a 6x6 Gator by John Deere. They work really nice for that type of terrain. Terrain-wise, well, once you get all set up, you're wondering your technology. Well, if you need the internet like I do for in the evenings to check email and upload the movies to show you how well Texas is going to be, you get DSL satellite. That means you got satellite DSL. That means you can hook it up to TV if you wish. Just dig a trench, put your thing in the ground, run it all the way up to your tent. Good to go. Now, here's another one. You can go nomadic by using a tent trailer, camper, travel trailer, 5th wheel. Just remember that if you're doing that route, you have everything already provided for you in your space. Now, if you really want to be a true nomadic, do like I said. Now, you got a lot of crap like I do. There's certain things I will be toting down there, like my TV. As long as you keep it clean and maintenance, it'll run for another 20 years. Right, Aaron?
Yeah, probably.
He doesn't know about the TV surviving. Okay, well, let me put it to you this way. You only need other items you're going to need. You're going to need some camp chairs. You're going to need some camp table, which, like I said, one tent should be used for your dining room to eat. That's all you need. You can live outside most of the time by sitting there. Now, with the other gear you're going to need besides your lanterns is tools. Maybe a saw, power plier set, or a little tool set in case something breaks down so you can fix it. Find out when you go to the Honda dealer for your quad bike, Polaris dealer, what breaks down often and get those parts on hand. With that said, you should have no questions surviving out there. Now, you're wondering about electricity. Well, if you're like me, you're going to get between a 1,000 and 3,000 watt Honda generator to run the DSL satellite, which, by the way, where I'm going, I hear there's free telephone service. That'll help with the DSL satellite. Relay the www part to send it. No problem. Now, the uploads to the satellite is a little different. I think you can do uploads now. I don't know. I'll find out more about the DSL. But if you get DSL satellite, they can also throw in a package deal for TV. So in the evenings, you can always tune in to TV for an hour or two before bed and pass out. Now, mind you, there is a few little problems I will speak of in the next video for desert living. Let me get this uploaded, and I'll explain why. Thank you, and continue with How to Live as a Nomad Part 3 coming up next.